Sometimes the more fantastic an idea is, the more you have to be very careful about how you design it. Getting the audience to cry for the Terminator at the end of T2, for me that was the whole purpose of making the film. If you can get the audience to feel emotion for a character that in the previous film you despised utterly and were terrified by, then that's a cinematic arc. So much of literary sci-fi is about creating worlds that are rich and detailed and make sense at a social level. We'll create a world for people and then later present a narrative in that world. Storytelling is always about the characters and about how those characters express something that the audience is feeling. So it has to have some universality to it, having to do with relationships, where it's parent/child, male/female, whatever it is. And then you have to take them on a journey. And then you have to make it excruciating somehow. You have to not listen to the naysayers, because there will be many, and often they'll be much more qualified than you and cause you to doubt yourself. When asked about Ripley in Aliens, in 1986, I tend to like strong female characters. It just interests me dramatically. A strong male character isn't interesting because it has been done and it's so cliched. A weak male character is interesting, somebody else hasn't done it 100 times. A strong female character is still interesting to me because it hasn't been done all that much, finding the balance of femininity and strength. People call me a perfectionist, but I'm not. I'm a rightist. I do something until it's right, and then I move on to the next thing. I've never had nightmares about Terminators after I made the film. I had nightmares that inspired the film. But I always feel that making the film is the catharsis that stops the nightmares, if you will. For example, I used to always have nightmares about giant waves, tsunamis essentially. And when I made The Abyss, which had a giant wave scene in it, those stopped. Filmmaking is therapy. It's about human imagination and curiosity. What's out there? What's in the great beyond? What exists at levels we can't see with our five senses? There are many talented people who haven't fulfilled their dreams because they overthought it, or they were too cautious, and were unwilling to make the leap of faith.